Hello, welcome, Lifessa Lounge Episode 4. In today's topic, we're talking about what stops you from getting going once you have the idea. So, boys, what stops people from getting going once they've got the idea?
So straight up, for me, like, it's procrastination, right?
Yeah.
People, like, and there's a number of reasons for it. Like, I'm just gonna have to make sure I stay measured in my response here, because people love to procrastinate. What I found is procrastination and some desire to try and circumvent actually doing work. So you'll find, and I've seen it when I've looked at certain other podcasts, and where people they're like, I've got an idea, I want to know how to get going. And they ask all these questions, and there's an underlying sentiment for it. And the underlying sentiment is, how can I find a quick route from where I am to where I want to be? Yeah. And the answer is always dedication, discipline and work, right? There's no quick answer. So I think one main thing that holds people back is they just don't want to put in the hard work. They just don't. It's like they want something to come to life. And the reality is, it's not going to happen unless you put the work in, right? And the quicker you accept that, the quicker you can actually start to take actions to move forward.
I agree. I think a lot of people are lazy. A lot of people are perverse as well. They work against their own self-interest. They need to get out of their own way. A lot of times when it comes to procrastination, people say, I want to achieve this and achieve that, but then they put it off because they think they have time, and in this life there's nothing that's guaranteed.
Yeah.
People need to get out of their own way. When I say get out of their own way, they need to stop thinking about how hard it's going to be. Just get on and do it. Once you get on and do it, it's better. The first step is always the hardest step. Once you're on the bike, that's when it gets easier.
Yeah.
That's when you can
get the ball rolling.
Yeah, but I do agree with what you're saying, definitely. But you always say a lot of people are lazy. It might just be that, you know, some people they're worried about the bills that they have to pay, and
yeah, but then don't you think all the other mavericks and entrepreneurs or successful people out there have bills as well to pay?
Yeah, of course.
So what separates them from you, or not you, but the person that's saying I've got bills?
Well, it might be a mindset, or
it's a mindset.
I disagree. So you mentioned it, you just touched on it when you said about people and time. And you're saying about work and bills. Now, nobody here is suggesting you've got an idea, chuck everything out of the window, forget your responsibilities, put your family and stuff at risk, right?
Yeah.
So you might have bills to pay and you might have a 9 to 5. And then, do you know what? If you've got an idea that you want to set off outside of that 9 to 5, then do you know what you're going to have to do?
Work.
9 to 5, come back, put in the work, stay up late, wake up early, stop watching every bloody TV programme that comes out and start dedicating yourself to actually moving forward.
Then the excuse would be, what about my health? What about my time? What about seeing my friends? What about seeing my girlfriend? What about seeing my... Sacrifice. And that's what needs to be done. You need to sacrifice.
Yeah.
I think like in everything, okay, I'm going to be a bit romantic here, but I think with love, like you have to love your dream, and with love requires sacrifice.
Yeah.
You cannot have no love without sacrifice, and you have to love your dream, and to love your dream you have to sacrifice for your dream. And yeah, it's romantic, isn't it? But like, yeah, you have to sacrifice for it, and sacrifice comes in time. You have to. I want to play PlayStation, I want to play PS4, but I cannot do it all the time because I have to sacrifice. I want to do other things apart from work, but I know that without sacrificing those hours, that I want to sleep in bed, extra hours I want to sleep in bed, or instead of sitting on the cold sofa and watching TV, I'm going to have to go to the gym. I want to achieve the results I want to achieve. So without sacrifice, you cannot be successful.
Yeah. Sorry to cut you, but I totally get what you guys are saying, and I'm just trying to look from the other side.
Yeah.
That obviously me being a family man, I'm just saying that there are some people that are, in my view, there are some people that aren't lazy and don't necessarily procrastinate, but it might be something like having bills and having a family to look after that stops them. It's like a mental block that might stop them from thinking, you know what, I want to pursue this. They might not know how to. It might be one.
But then the counter argument is that when people think about like family and stuff, then you change your plan's time length.
Yeah.
In the sense that someone that hasn't got children, someone that hasn't got a family or hasn't got massive bills, they probably are able to put more time in, which allows them to get to the destination faster. Doesn't mean just because you have to slow things down and build towards it in a more measured way that you're not going to achieve anything. It just says, okay, well, a person who hasn't got children, hasn't got responsibilities, they can say, okay, my time limit might be 3 years, and someone that has a bill says, well, I haven't got all the time that I need, but instead of making it 3, I can make it 5 years.
Yeah.
It's just being measured.
Yeah.
It's cool in that, but again, and it might come across like I'm heartless. And I know I don't have a family, but that doesn't mean that I don't make sacrifices to put in the work that I do. So you won't find me going out that often. You won't find me going out on weekdays. Someone asks me, are you around on the weekdays? No, I'm not. Because when I get back from one piece of work, I'm going to do the other pieces of work. Why do you get up at 4 o'clock in the morning? Why do you go to bed at 12 or 1 at night? If you're asking me, then you don't possess the same, you're not thinking on the same wavelength as I am. And that's cool that everybody's got stuff, but it's about, right, you have to make the decision to take action. Your action is built on having a plan behind it. We've touched on that on a previous podcast, right? But the point is, time is it's just so, I can't even drum in enough how important your use of your time is.
Well, I think that's what it is, isn't it? Is you've got to use your time well, because like what you said, Ben, doing something out of 9, if you've got a 9 to 5, then working out of 9 to 5. Now, for example, I'm here Sunday, and I'm working outside of my working hours to try and fit stuff in, even though I've got a family, and then I'll fit that stuff in afterwards. So yeah, it's just going back to the point that you were just making.
It's prioritisation as well. It's having the ability to prioritise and say, this is important, I have to allocate this amount of time to it, this is important, I have to allocate this amount of time to it, so then you can achieve things. If you don't know how to prioritise, you'll not be successful.
And again, I completely get that, because I can guarantee you that everybody who's looking out there and saying, yeah, I've got family, I've got this, that and the other, I guarantee I can go and pick out times when you're spending time just kicking back. It's a Sunday afternoon, I deserve to have a rest. Do you know what? You can have a rest. I haven't got a problem with that. But then don't say, I haven't got movement because I haven't got time to. You have got time, you just need to reevaluate your schedule and start prioritising, right? And that's going to come with the sacrifice. So I think if I'm going to break down what we've just said here, it's take action, like get moving, because you move with the momentum, right? Have the discipline to keep that going. So you build habits. What you do is, once you get the action, just build in those daily habits that will allow you to really, and what you'll find is, you build a daily habit to allocate out a piece of time out, that becomes part of your habitual routine, right? Then you can find more time. And it never stops being a sacrifice, but it feels less like a sacrifice, and it just becomes the habit in itself.
I also think what also stops you from getting going is the fear and lack of self-belief, but also the security of your current situation. Yeah. So your current insecurity of having a 9 to 5, that you know you have a certain income coming in is always going to be there, and the fear is that if you're working on, like, if you're being a business person or entrepreneur, you're going to have more outgoings going out before you have incomings coming in. It's just the natural nature of business, and that fear is that maybe I can't trade, maybe I can't achieve what I want to have. So the 9 to 5 sounds cushy. Why am I going to leave the 9 to 5 when I can just be comfortable?
You know what? I think what links into that is the other people's opinions, because I think a lot of the time it's outside influences which will, play on your self-belief for yourself. So
you always hear it though.
But that's what you got. So I'm going to take that piece of what you said, that piece and what you said there, and say belief, just belief. And do you know what? Belief and take risks. I'm not saying take risks. I'm not saying take risks and break the bank and put everything you've got on kind of at risk of losing everything if you've got the responsibilities. Yeah. But you want to make something work. You have to be prepared to take risks. You've got to be prepared to step out of your comfort zone. So before, again, you're sitting here, you want to understand what it requires to get you going. Well, you need to take action. You need to be prepared to fail along the way, right? You need to take risks and move out of your comfort zone. Like they're just absolutely necessary. And what other people say, yeah, they may hold you back, but my point would be,
I think you need a level of single-mindedness. You have to have that single-mindedness that this is what I want to do.
Well, that selfishness as well.
And a little bit of selfishness. Yeah. Is that winning mentality? Yeah. The people always think like the people like when you see Usain Bolt or Mayweather, those athletes the reason why they're so great is because they've got that single-mindedness where I'm gonna win and I'm gonna follow. I don't care what anyone else got to say. I know this is what I need to do to be successful. And I think everyone in life, you need that level of single-mindedness where forget what he's saying. I don't care what he's saying. He might be saying I'm best for my best interest, but I know what I want to do. I know what I want to achieve.
I'm not trying to make excuses, but I'm just trying to look on the other side.
Yeah.
You're a husband, a father.
Yeah.
And you've got a household that you're running, and then you've got a wife who doesn't believe in your dream, doesn't believe in what you want to do, that will surely have an effect for some people that will stop them from getting going. Surely.
It will.
And that's not really down to being procrastinating or being lazy.
But I think you should be able to get someone like if someone, my partner.
Yeah, but what if they're not? Because
But I think it probably does. Well,
and that is
so
the other people's opinions that I was
would,
speaking about that may impact on your self-belief, because then you then start to think, you know what, she doesn't believe in me. Can this really work?
Yeah, I'll go back to like last week and say on the level of self-awareness.
Yeah.
I think I've seen people that have prescribed be single-minded and they try to start a business, but they haven't listened to other people's opinions. They haven't listened to what other people are saying because they haven't had that self-awareness to say, well, this is why I'm failing and this is why it's not being successful. This is why I can't get going on, I can't get any traction on this. There's a balance of being able to be single-mindedness and have a level of self-awareness when you say, okay, come outside your unconscious and say, why am I failing? And then, or why aren't they believing in me? Why can't they see my vision? And then give them, and then have them buy into it. Because then if you're sometimes you might say, I can't swear, but sometimes you might say, fuck them and do your own thing and focus on your own thing. And then when they see the fruits of your labour, that's when they jump on board. You can't always wait for someone to see your vision. Sometimes you have to carry on painting, and eventually when you finish on the canvas, they'll be like, wow, that's really good. But they didn't see it at the beginning. They don't have to see it at the beginning.
Yeah.
They don't have to say something.
But it's not gonna. I don't need anybody's permission to tell me what's possible. Straight up. And I don't care what anybody says about. Oh yeah, but you believe in yourself. Look, I don't believe that you just pop out with self-belief, right? It's an active decision to do that. Does your partner? I'd like to think that in most instances, your partner will maybe not believe you in the first instance, but then when you lay it out to them and break it down how you're going to do it, then your partner will be someone who is more supportive of it. I think the ones that you will ignore, there are going to be people out there. Do you know what? There's going to be a mixture of people who actually tell you that it's not possible because they know in their minds that actually they would like to be able to do this themselves, but they just can't get moving, and you can get moving. Therefore, they'll do anything to hold you back. But we spoke about how you get rid of the wrong people in your life and bring forward the right people. So I think, again, you have to have that unwavering self-belief that when you start to take the action, if you fail along the way, you just keep going. And like I said to you, I don't need anybody's permission to tell me what's possible. If I tell you what I'm going to do and you don't agree with me, cool. I'll listen to it. I'll take on your feedback. It's going to have to be damn good to put me off where I see my course of action going. Because I just believe that strongly, and that's just straight up me. I think you have to have that when you set out on any path, because you're never going to get everyone believing you, and more to the point, you're never going to get everybody to concur and have an opinion that completely agrees with you, and you have to be cool with that. You just have to accept that. I'm not going to please everybody, and to be honest, if you're going to please everybody, whatever you're trying to do just probably isn't going to set the world on fire enough. It's really just not.
Going on for that, I think people also wait for the right time, the perfect time. They're waiting for the perfect time to get going. They're waiting for the stars to align before they start their journey. I have to have everything going in my life the way I want it before I actually go and break out from the 9 to 5 or the normal way of life. They're waiting for the perfect time.
Yeah, maybe the kid to grow to a certain age.
I bought my house. There's never a perfect time.
Yeah.
There's always something else.
I would even argue that at the same time as there's never a perfect time of everything, all the stars aligning, I would say, you know what, my perfect time is right now. It's now. I'm making it the perfect time. Not everything is in place as I want it to be, but I'm choosing that I'm just going to move forward. I just completely agree with that. Everybody's they just overanalyze everything. They paralyze themselves and leave themselves in position because they're like, right, this is where I am. This is where I want to get to. Let me spend 10, 15 weeks, months, I'll go into years. I'm going to plan, so that when I take action, it's just going to work, right? And then you just get down the line and you've just never taken action. And the person who's there on the other side and has said, do you know what? Actually, I'm going to get moving. My emphasis is on action, and it's not going to be quite perfect. It's going to be rough around the edges, and I'm going to build and make it perfection on the way. And you'll get 10 years down the line. This person hasn't moved. They look alongside them and they say, damn, look, that's where I could have been if I'd just moved. So I completely agree with that. But again, it's another one of those excuses. It's like, and you say, some people don't procrastinate.
Yeah.
I would argue that everybody procrastinates. Yeah. It's just that some people have the ability to get past that. I think that everybody has the underlying habit to procrastinate. Some people just work out a way to circumvent it and get around it. And this is one of those, it's just another excuse. Why can't I get going? I can't get the money. Do you know what are you doing outside of it to try and graft and hustle to get the money to get started? I just don't have the perfect plan. But do you have enough of a plan to get going? Like a first viable product to actually move with and then improve along the way? It's just another excuse. It's just, and this is what all of these are, right? To be honest, what's stopping you getting going? All of these they're all a list of reasons, but they're all just a list of excuses.
Okay, so there's no real reason then, really.
No.
Is what you're saying. There's no real reason why someone shouldn't get going. If they've got an idea,
straight up,
just go for it.
There are barriers. There are always
obstacles, barriers,
actual
hurdles.
logical barriers,
Yeah.
but you just have to be able to face them. So you have to start moving, and you have to face them along the way. And like Josh said, there's never a perfect moment. So you can just take the choice now to make this moment your perfect moment. Start battling those hurdles as you fall, and we've said it before, as you fail along the way, you find it repetitively easy to fail. It just becomes part of the experiment, it becomes part of the journey, right? You realise actually this isn't failure anymore for me, this is an opportunity for me to learn and take me from here and just boost me up to being here, like straight up. So there's just no reason for me. It all just is just an excuse.
I think for me, even though there's a lot of stuff that I know I've thrown in some curveballs, and to be honest, I do agree with you. I'm just trying to look from the other side and just there's going to be people out there that are going to have these reasons as to why they don't get going. So it's just trying to come up with, we're covering all bases.
But there is, like, if some people have health issues, then I can say, okay, if you've got an underlying health issue that needs to be focused on right now, that can be, I'd say, is that allowable excuse?
Yeah. So don't get me wrong. So there's going to be no. So there is an instant where, so whatever you're trying to do in life, right, you have some underlying goals and purposes. I think we can all align that nearly everyone is going to say that their family is that, and more times than not, whatever you're working on, right, if heaven forbid one of your close family members passed away tomorrow, you're going to have to take some time out. Family should become, we don't all get on with all our family members, but we all have people close to us. Yeah. That is a hurdle along the way. That may put you off course for a little while. You may have a health issue that comes up. I would argue that some people still just persist on and find a way to circumvent around that. If I'm going to say that there's one reason, but that's not stopping you from getting going. That's a hurdle along the way. And like I say, heaven forbid that people actually lose someone close to them. But everybody has their underlying why, and I think family is just so essential in that. So that may delay you on your course. But I don't think there's an instant where it will just.
Also, a counter argument to that is a lot of people that when they do have health issues, it gives them a sense of urgency, which you don't always have when you're in good health. Yeah. So a lot of people that when they are faced with their own mortality, that's when they start get driven. And I'm saying to you, stop, do it now.
Yeah.
Because don't wait till the doctor tells you you've got 6 months to live or a year to live. Do it now. There's no perfect timing for anything. So if you want to, like we say, getting something from being successful, but the same thing, successful could be travelling. If you want to travel, do it. Perfect time is now. And everything in life, perfect time is now. There's no stopping you.
I always have. So it's funny. We were talking this morning. So every morning, I can't explain it. I can't explain why it happens on a Sunday. But I always wake up with this. It's not. I wouldn't call it anxiety attack. But I always wake up and I have a more clarity and awareness of where I am and how far away I am from where I want to be. But then it's just boosted with this heightened sense of urgency, and it increases. The more I start to pursue something, the more I actually have a heightened sense of urgency that it sounds weird because I'm going to come up with two sound like counter arguments, but I work like I'm running out of time. Like there is no time. Every day can't be wasted, because whatever I can get done today and whatever you can get done today, do it. Right? And whether that be travel, whether it be work that you're building to, whatever it is you can get done to follow your passion and pursue your goals, right? Do it today. But then I mix it up with the same point of, I'm going to do a lot of work, but I'm not expecting it to give me an instant result. I know that this has to play out on the long term. Like, it has to be a long-term plan. And I think that's another thing, that when you're getting started out, it doesn't stop you from getting going, but it's essential that you understand that before you set out, that whatever you are going for, you need to ensure that you're going to be patient and you're going to play the long game, because if it doesn't work for you 6 months down the line, I don't want to hear somebody say, well, it's not working for me. Well, how long have you been doing it for? 6 months. Well, but I saw that person, they were success overnight. Oh, really? Were they? Were they now?
Yeah.
Go and do the research on them. I guarantee they weren't. I guarantee they're putting in a lot of work over a long course of time.
What then happens is people think about doing the long game, and then what that means is a lot of work, a lot of sacrifice, a lot of work, and that scares them.
But the thing
for a lot of people, I think work scares a lot of people. A lot of people don't like putting in the work.
Yeah.
Everything that we've been talking about today.
I don't think it scares them. I just think they don't want to do it.
I think work scares a lot of people. Sometimes I don't think people are literally just lazy. I just think they just get scared by the fact that
failure may scare you. How on earth? How can work scare you? The thought of sitting down and applying yourself to work on something. I'm not asking you to go and jump off a cliff.
Well, working and failing, those two can come together, and that can.
That part can. So I'll accept that. You have to accept that there's going to be challenges on the way, and there is going to be a degree of fear for that. But then I would say that your belief will drive you through that, and you can go through it. But I'm not gonna accept that people are afraid of working. Just do it. They're trying to dodge work and they're trying to excuse. But
the whole thing of fear of failure makes no sense to me. Unless failure means I'm dead, that's the only thing I should fear. Other than that, if I fail, I can come back from it.
Yeah.
You can always come back from failure.
You
You always learn from failure as well. So I don't understand this irrational fear of failure.
Yeah, but you've got to understand, it's different because we've got that mindset that
so
if you fail, you can bounce back. Not everybody has that.
But they can gain that mindset.
Yes, they can.
They can. If you said that everyone has that mindset, gives them the easy way out of saying I haven't got that mindset, so I can't get going. You can gain that mindset. All the things that we have now, we weren't born with it. We've all developed it, and they can develop it too. I hate this mindset of I'm not born. I'm not confident as you guys are. I don't have that drive to be successful. You can learn it, and you can gain it.
Well, if you're one of the people that has the mindset, as you can hear, you can gain it, you can learn it, and then you can change. You can change the ways.
Okay, I don't know. He wasn't always as confident as he is now. He wasn't always as confident as he is now. He's developed that. Yeah. That's not natural.
But also life experiences can sometimes help with that.
So I think I would say, and this is going to be a rare instance where I meet people in the middle. Right? Yeah. I don't always do that. I would say I do understand people having a fear of failure, because I think that most people somewhere underlying, they kind of, it's a bit like that procrastination. I think that people have it, but certain people are like, actually, I'm not going to treat it as a fear. I'm going to treat it as an opportunity to learn. Or they haven't, but they're like, I'm going to beat it. And you're completely right. And I think it's a twofold thing. You need to be ready to jump out of your comfort zone to find those life experiences which will build those qualities that you're talking about. But again, it comes down to an active choice to take action and get moving.
Yeah.
I see an area of risk, I'll go at it. The reason that you build self-confidence is because you don't just build self-confidence, you just get beaten down so many times that you're like, I'm just going to keep getting up. And every time I get up, I get stronger. I put it as, I think I said to somebody before, the first time someone knocks you down, you fall and you roll backwards, right? The next time they knock you down, you fall and you just fall and you get back up. The next time they knock me down, do you know what? I just fall down to my knee. The next time they knock me down, solid rock. Like, not even, it's not going to defer me. It's almost like, it's funny, I was talking to a boss here at work the other day, and he does a Krav Maga, and they were like, yeah, one of the things they teach you is when you're running away to be able to, when you fall, roll so you can quickly get back up again. And I feel it's almost like that. You become so good at facing challenges that actually when they trip you up, you found a way that you just say, do you know what, it's actually not going to stop me. I'm going to roll back up on my feet. I've learned from it, right, I'm good to go. And like I said, you just fail faster and forwards, and then you lose that fear of it because you adopt a different mindset to it.
I also think that failure also comes from, we've gone back to other people's opinions. The failure is that, it might not be that you fear failure, but you fear what other people might say when you fail.
That's what I was going to say as well, yeah. 100%.
You have to be able to get that mindset that you
don't care.
You don't care.
Yeah.
That's it, straight.
You don't care. You have to get that mindset, you don't care. Because if you don't, you're always going to be stopped by other people's opinions. That fear of failure, he's not where he, why is he not coming out with us anymore? Why is he not going on travels, on holiday with us anymore? Why is he not doing this? Why is he always at home working? Why is he...
But it's funny, and I believe that because it's funny because you know me. Obviously, I I've always put in a high degree of work, but there used to be, but previously, like go a couple of years back down the line, I would work, but then maybe on a Saturday night or something, I would actually go out. So I was speaking to a friend, and he was like, "Oh, do you want to come out?" And I was like, "No, I've got to do this, I've got to do a podcast, I've got work to do, and the rest of it." And he was like, and then he pops up again. He's like, "Oh, early notice, I'm going out next week." I'm like, "No, I've already got stuff on. I told you I'm working, and I'll do the podcast, and I catch up and we talk on and do planning on Sunday morning." He's like, "What happened to Party Ben?" And I'm like, "He's dead." Like I'm like, he's gone. Like he doesn't live here anymore because I can't afford to have him. But and that's only somebody saying, "Oh, where is he?" But if I fail along the way, it's the same as I don't need your permission to tell me what's possible. If I fail along the way, do you know what? Look down on me. Say what you want about me. If I fail along the way, I feel a whole lot better to fail along the way than be you sitting in your comfort zone doing nothing. Because 10 years from now, you're still going to be standing in the same place. 10 years from now, I might have failed 10, 15, 20, probably 50, 100 times, right? But I can tell you this, I will be damn sight further forward than I am right at this moment in time.
But I think that then comes back to you knowing who you are. And
self-awareness.
Me personally, I think you can only get to that point unless you've been through something or you get to a certain level. I don't think you can that can just happen at early stage in your development.
I think self-awareness comes with a level of having the ability to pause and step back and then have self-reflection.
And be able to take on board.
Take on board. What's it called?
What you've learned, opinion.
Also critique.
Critique.
Well.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
And that's, I think you need those skills to be successful. So a high level of self-awareness is needed, and the way to have self-awareness is to pause, step back, say, okay, why am I? Let's look at yourself in the mirror and say, what am I good at? What am I not good at? What do I need to do to get to where I'm going? And then I don't think you need that. Because some people are 14, they start doing things and they're successful. They didn't go for anything in life.
But
they have a level of self-awareness.
That's true.
So I don't think.
I just think they know who they are then.
I think you always have to do that before you set out. So you need to understand your strengths and your weaknesses. But I think you need to focus on. You need to be able to focus on your strengths.
I think the point I was getting at is that a lot of people, what I find is they're trying to please other people. So that is the point I was trying to get at. They need to. You got to have that level of self-awareness to just sort of say, "F it. I don't care what you think. I know who I am. I know what I want to do. I know where I want to get to." And then you're able to then keep pushing through, and you can just sort of block out all of the surroundings.
But again, and just to wrap up, because I think I just want to go on, leave this with the essentials that we've gone through, is that you need to be ready to take action.
There's
you
no
need to
excuses.
fully just understand the importance of your time. You need to prioritize. Again, get moving, and just every reason that you're going to come up with that you can't is an excuse that you need to get past. What is stopping you from getting going? Your active choice to want to do so. So for all of these things that we've gone through, lay out your calendar, work out where the time is, start doing the work, build the small daily habits in there, set measurable goals, track yourself along the way, right? If you haven't got people who don't believe in you, ignore their opinions and increase that self-belief. If you don't feel you have it right now, be ready to take risks and understand that as you fail and you get through those challenges, you will start to build up that self-belief. And you look further down the line, you'll be a whole different beast a year from now than you were if you just sat around in your comfort zone, and you'll be a hell of a lot ahead of the person who's still stuck in the mud and paralysed from moving.
Okay. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the show. Once again, you can follow us on SoundCloud at Lifessa, on YouTube, Lifessa, and you can search for us Lifessa Lounge. It's easier to find there. On iTunes, Lifessa, and on Instagram, Lifessa. And don't forget to go to the website with all the beautiful articles and all the helpful articles. Lifessa, is it Lifessa.com?
Then you got Life's Essential Advice.
And Life's Essential Advice on Facebook. Thanks guys.
See you next week.